West Indies got away with this final Cornhill Test match at the Oval on Saturday when they launched a brilliant counter-attack against England's bowlers. Today, England have the task of bowling them out in the third innings of the game, and setting themselves a reasonable target for victory or giving themselves time for the draw. West Indies start the day on 284 for 7. Desmond Haynes 111 not out, and Roger Harper is 14. New ball is due very shortly, so England have a chance, and we pick up play now in the 5th over of the morning. 7 runs have been added to the overnight total. Paul Allett is the bowler, and it's Roger Harper taking strike.
Bat on to pad there, but flying away behind instead of in that short square leg position. That's what the short leg is there for, hoping that that nudge from the bat onto the pad is going in his direction. That one going a good deal finer. That's beautifully taken. What a great catch that was by Paul Downton. Harper goes, Allett strikes, and really a first-class catch. Won't see him any better there. And to change directions, took it inches off the ground as that ball caught the inside edge and flew away down the leg side. So 293 for 8 with Harper gone for 17.
Yes, a little bit of bounce, a little bit of nip back here for Paul Allett. It gets an inside edge. You can see that it's bounced thigh high. And really a magnificent catch there by Downton, because he would be fractionally going the other way until the ball started to move, and any wicketkeeper in the world would have been very pleased with that catch. Two for 72 now. Allett 2 for 51. Agnew 3 for 60. Ellison and Botham's 1, costing 79. Allett to Haynes. Short and 4 runs. Well, it's been pretty typical this of Desmond Haynes. Resolute in defence. Anything that wanted punishing has had the treatment. So 300 rattled up on the board. 121 of those to the opener. So Botham in. He's got Michael Holding to bowl to now. Bolton the bouncer, and that's magnificently struck. That was really a great shot. That's, I presume, why Michael Holding's wearing the helmet and why he's not afraid, even as a fast bowler at number 10, to play that shot. Yes, and a fine shot this. Again, use of a new ball, and covered very well over square leg. One thing about these West Indian tail-end batsmen, they're not afraid to play the hook shot.
A blazing stroke from Michael Holding. Just make it before the fielder.
Yes, and a good shot here by Michael Holding. Whenever the ball's there to be hit, he's never frightened to hit it, and he hit that very well indeed through the covers. A little bit off the back foot, his weight wasn't just right, but the ball went for 4, and that's what matters.
Oh, great stop, good shot. He gave that some fearful hammer, Michael Holding. A great stop by Graham Fowler out at cover. Can't really set a field for that. That's pitched 3 parts of the way to the boundary off the back foot. And Holding is just starting now to do what he did in those other 2 innings earlier this summer.
Yes, and this was tremendous power, because this went over mid-off. And as I say, carried 3/4 of the way to the boundary, went to the boundary very quickly indeed.
Davis. That's a fantastic shot. It's gone for 6. He's picked it up. I don't know if he thought it was outside leg stump or not, but a little bit of late swing just brought it onto the bat nicely.
Well, they always say you want to bowl a low full toss or full length or whatever to keep the batsman from scoring, but that really on this ground is a tremendous blow, because that must be 100 yards of carry.
And he's gone. Desmond Haynes goes. Well, Ian Botham is giving it the point to the fans in the West and showing them the stumps. But Haynes has still made 100. And the West Indies are still 350 ahead. Not sure it's quite the time for pointing at anything. And a standing ovation for Desmond Haynes. Played really well, held this innings together until Botham got him with the one that came back from outside off stump, little inside edge, back onto the stumps. Garner's off the mark, well, almost. Oh, and he gets runs, possibly 5. Ellis coming around like a greyhound around the boundary, and they'll only make it 4. 4 to Joel Garner. What a mix-up. Garner pushed. Holding didn't want to go at all. Holding wanted to keep the strike, and in fact did so in the end. And Fowler had gathered in. Garner now has to try and turn back. Holding decides to go. Fowler throws, and away it scoots through across the outfield. And that's out. And he walked. Didn't even bother to wait and see. Absolutely plumb. The Yorker getting through there with Holding trying to smash it away on the onside. The innings is over for 346. That's a very impressive looking scorecard for the West Indians in the context of this test match. 346 all out. Haynes 125, Harper 17, and Holding a very good 30 with Garner 10 not out. And 2 good partnerships there today. First of all, Haynes and Holding, and then the last wicket partnership between Holding and Garner. The England bowlers, the ones not used today were Pocock, Agnew and Ellison. Both of them finished with 3 for 103. Allett 2 for 96. And it means now that England have to make 375 to win this match. I've got a feeling they've never made 375 in the 4th innings of a test match against West Indies to win, lose or draw, so it really is a most formidable task. Here's the first over of the innings. Malcolm Marshall is the bowler. There are no runs on the board, and Graham Fowler is taking strike.
First runs for Graham Fowler. Tees the fielder. They'll settle for a single. Well, this is Chris Broad. Just 1 ball left to face in this over. And, a real tester too. First ball, quick lifting. And Chris Broad doing pretty well there to take evasive action. A really quick delivery, this. Joel Garner from the Vauxhall end. So Broad finally underway. A couple of runs here for him. And that'll be a relief for the Notts opening bat. It's moving along now. Must be nearing completion. And the fielders are going in now. Looks jolly good, doesn't it? Oh, I think he's gone. He's asking for it. Haynes is clutching it. But shake of the hand there from Barry Mayer. Obviously under the impression that ball didn't carry. It looked very close indeed, Ted Dexter.
Yes, well, that was the one he brought the man up for on the offside. It actually went leg side. And Graham Fowler hasn't moved. He's quite sure it wasn't out, and the umpire agrees with him. And I think by the time the fielder really got it in his hands, I think he realized also, Desmond Haynes, that it must have just flicked the ground.
That's gone very fine. That's racing away for 4 runs. A nice bit of movement by the feet there by Graham Fowler. Got in position quickly. Just flicked it away down the fine leg.
Oh, well caught by Viv Richards. It might have been a straight catch in the sense that it went straight to him, but it was dropping very sharply. And Richards' safe hands gathered it in. Marshall has taken the first wicket. No addition to the total after lunch. Fowler has gone.
Yes, and Viv made this look very easy indeed, when in fact it was right down by his bootlaces and he caught it very easy.
Safe for 4.
Fortune here for Chris TAVARÉ. It's not often many go through or over that West Indian slit fielders, but it seemed to just go over the top of them there.
That's... Well, did that carry? Looked as though it might have done.
Yes, delivery running across Chris Broad, and I think this just... Yes, it just did carry.
That should bring 50 on the board for England. They might think about 3 here, indeed they do. So applause for the 50 going up, 51 for 1, with Broad's share now 28.
Shot. Marshall the fielder.
Something like an in-swinging Yorker there. Ball drifting in with the arm. So there it is. Broad 39 has received 104 balls now. His partner TAVARÉ has received just 103. It's a really nasty one, and Broad no chance at all. He has to go. I'm not a really vicious delivery. Not a great deal that Broad could do about it. Tried to pull himself away at the last minute, but really had no chance. And depressed, dejected. It's taken him a long time to leave the wicket. And obviously most disappointed. It's a good shot. Short, forced beautifully off the back foot by Gower. So a nice way to get off the mark. Holding again, TAVARÉ to face. And turned away nicely off his legs. It's gone quite quickly down to Gomes, so there's only a single. Well, as Ray said, every guy's going to play shots. Well bowled, yes, and it's gone. The over-pitched ball again, the one that he pitches up, just a shade of movement. Yeah, moving across, I think would just about hit something like leg stump. Well, that's a bitter blow for England. 88 for 3 now with LBW to holding.
You can see that delivery again from Michael Holding, bowled from near the stumps, pitches on about leg and middle there, and definitely goes back into David Gower, and that looks pretty plumb to me.
Magnificent catch. Haynes has gone mad. Alan Lamb goes, it's 90 for 4. And that went off the bat like a rocket. Tremendous reaction catch at forward short leg. Holding strikes again. And in the middle of all that is Desmond Haynes.
Yes, a full length ball here. Alan Lamb just pushes through it off the middle of the bat, and it didn't go straight to Hayes. He had to make a lot of ground, and the distance he stood to the bat, that really is a tremendous effort, and he knows it is, and so do the rest of the West Indians. They're absolutely delighted with that magnificent catch.
And perhaps Ian Botham's decided to give it a go as well. Three to Botham. Get 3 for that. Gomes is the fielder. And in fact, it'll go through to the boundary. The outfield has quickened up a little. And Botham now goes on to 14. Michael Holding now for shorter run. He's got 3 wickets with the long run, but he's back to about 15 paces now. And more runs for TAVARÉ. So Roger Harper is the man there, but even Harper had no chance of picking that up. And that's a nice shot. Went in the air. But it's 4 runs. This switch in tactics is very, very sensible. Whatever TAVARÉ can pick up now will spread the field. Square cut straight past Greenwich at short gully.
Both of them surveying the scene there on 16. And Marshall back into the attack. It's a good shot. Beautifully timed there by Chris TAVARÉ. That takes him on to 49.
Well, the best stroke Chris TAVARÉ has played. Perfect timing off his legs.
So 44 put on by this fifth wicket pair. Both of them made 17 and 49 to TAVARÉ. Garner to bowl to both of them. It's been the pattern for a little while there, both of them taking one off the first ball. That's gone, and Richards has taken it. TAVARÉ goes for 49. And the end of a fine fighting innings from Chris TAVARÉ, but he's the fifth man out. 135. Beautifully snapped up there by Richards. Not quite to the picture of it, as you could see. Richards moving easily to his left. Snaps it up. And Downton off the mark. So Marshall in again. A short one, he's hooked it high, and it's gone for four. Just cleared the deep square leg there. Not by a great deal. Placed out there for the catch. Marshall looking for vengeance. That's the way both of them disposed of him yesterday, or Saturday rather. It's an easy single there, and it seems the West Indies are quite happy to give both of them that single. Takes them on to the 150 mark. And that's edge, but dropping, fancy just short of Clive Lloyd there. Rare blemish by Downton, who's made very few errors outside the off stump in this series.
And it will be Paul Downton's straight bat and determination that'll be needed tomorrow to stay with Ian Botham. Botham on 32 and Downton 2 in that total of 151 for 5. The bowling figures for the West Indies, a superb performance that. Marshall 1 wicket, Garner 1, but a blistering attack from Michael Holding. He bowled off his long run. He had 41 taken from 12 overs, but they wouldn't mind about that because he's picked up 3 wickets. No wicket for Baptiste and Harper, but a magnificent performance from Michael Holding. And it left, at the end of the day, England still requiring, well, only 224 more runs to win. But I must say that seems many a mile away because the West Indies need only 5 wickets to have a clean sweep in this series by 5-0.